I have no idea what I'm walking into. I have no idea the relationships that people have formed, but I definitely have some great assets and I'm ready to use them.
Hey guys, today we're talking Perfect Match episodes 4 through 6.
That's right, season 2, baby.
Yep. All right, Billy, let's get into it. So, what do we got here?
Shit show, man. We got a shit show.
Yeah, it starts off with like Chris, and he's informing like Dominique and Cynthia that he's matching with Elys.
Yeah, and Xanthi's like, "Yo, why am I here?
Why are you telling me?"
He's like, "Well, because I kind of had a vibe with you, and I just like want to let you know." And she's like, yeah, thanks." She just gets up and leaves.
Yeah, it's like awkward why he did that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, Chris is a funny dude, man.
And apparently we've got some Potterheads on the show.
Yeah. That's what we sure do, man.
With Dom
and freaking, what's her name, man?
Alara.
Alara, yeah.
So they're talking Harry Potter.
Yeah, like she's Gryffindor or whatever the fuck.
Is she? Gryffindor?
Is that what it's called? The fuck is it called?
I thought they both said Slytherin, but I don't know.
He's Slytherin. He's Slytherin and she's Gryffindor. Is it Gryffindor? Is that what it is?
I think it's Gryffindor.
Gryffindor, whatever the hell it is.
Potter stuff.
That's what she is. She was Griffin. He said he was Slytherin and she was Gryffindor. Gryffindor. I think that's more
yeah, so he's all about the Harry Potter fashion and all this kind of
stuff. That dude, when that dude said my number one, fashion, that's my number one thing. It's like
that's like his number one
priority. Does not surprise me, bro.
So
does not surprise me.
You not into fashion, Billy?
Nah, man, not like Dom is. Tell you that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's ain't my number one priority.
Yeah, he's talking to Alara, and then Stefan steals her away.
Not Stefan, it's Steven.
Stefan, it's Steven.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, he steals her away.
Steven because it snatches her away, and he just sits there, man. Like he just gets cucked by everybody. You know?
Yeah, he could have said like, "Hey, I'm still talking to her."
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he just like, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly, dude. He just gets walked all over. He's like I say, he's like everybody's favorite cuck, man. It's fucking Dom.
Jeez.
It's like Harry's, Steven's, doesn't matter. He just sits back. It's like, man, it's like, come on, Dom, grab your balls, man. Fuck that fashion shit. Fucking be a man and freaking, talk to your woman, dude. Keep your woman. Yeah, it's like, man, I don't get him.
Yeah, I mean, but that's part of his charm, though, right?
Is it?
Yeah, because he's like a nice guy, pretty easygoing.
Yeah, it's working for him.
He's not like overly masculine like some other people on the show.
Well, and that's a funny thing, right? Because he says, yeah, I was that way in the past, and I got walked all over. So I'm gonna be different this time, but he ain't really being different.
Yeah.
Like,
and he tries to go back to Tolu.
Yeah, she ain't having it.
And this is where like Xanthi and Dominic leave together. They're gone. First two women from the show.
Yeah, dude,
how do you feel about that?
Together. I mean, Dom, that's fine. I don't care. You can see her go. I don't give a shit about her. But Xantha, I was like, damn, Xanthi I was digging her. I was like, I wanted to see her stick around for a while. But at the same time, most of those dudes aren't there for the reason she's there for. And so yeah, I mean, good for her. She's like, what I want's not here, so I'm out. So.
Yeah, I mean, and Dom and Tolu, I think, hook up at this point, but and that's why those two leave. But yeah, I don't know. I liked both of them, but you got a match at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like Dominique. I mean, seeing her go was great, but Xanthi, yeah, Xanthi, I wanted to see stick around.
Then we have another compatibility challenge where they get asked the questions.
That's right. This one was cool. She got to put the bombs in it or people sitting there. I thought it was a cool challenge.
In this one, we learned Jessica is a gold digger.
Oh, yeah, dude. Big time. Like, if she didn't, lose enough points by hooking up with Harry after all the nonsense, she's lost even more with that.
Who has gotten engaged to someone because they were rich?
I would never marry someone who wasn't wealthy.
And she flat out admitted it. Like, yeah, I'm freaking here to find somebody rich, and that's it. Like, if they ain't rich, and I ain't freaking even worrying about it.
Yeah, I mean, she comes off like well sometimes because of the kid and says the right things, but I think like if you pay close enough attention, man, there's just like some little nuggets that you could pick up that says like she's in it for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely. And to go on TV and say that, like, yeah, I'm a gold digger. Like, what kind of example?
She's kind of proud of it.
Yeah, what kind of example is that for your kid? It's like, fuck out. It's like, get out of here.
She's like, why would you even be with someone that didn't have money?
Right.
And you're like, dang.
Right, exactly.
I'm wondering how much money she brings in. Maybe she's good like that. I don't really know.
She's probably bringing in a lot more after she was on the shows now, she's using that to her advantage, like all these, like they all do. Right? Let's be honest. None of these people are real, for the most part, truly here for the right reason. They're here to get famous, so they can get their OnlyFans pages and their podcasts and all that shit and make more money. And that's what it's all about for most of these
Especially the people on this show. And you know what?
Exactly.
It comes through because a lot of these people don't seem genuine on
No,
the show.
hell no.
And I guess she was with someone for money, so and they easily guessed it because they're like, someone had to pay for that boob job or whatever. So
Right, exactly.
And we learned Alara sniffs undies.
Yeah, she does.
We don't know whose undies or her own, someone else's.
He was like,
Whose undies is she sniffing? Is it dirty guy undies? Is it her own undies? Can I smell some of the undies? I got so many questions.
I don't know. That's weird.
yeah, that's definitely a little weird, but hey, whatever, man.
And he's like, are they clean, dirty? What are we talking about?
And that's when he's like, I ain't doing laundry now. He's like, oh.
So Tolu and Dom win this.
Yeah, they did. And then freaking Dom just walked all over Tolu there. Now, I will say, what he did wasn't as bad as how he did it, right? I mean, he was just completely giving her the stiff, cold shoulder. Like, he could have been nice about it, but he really wasn't. He was kind of an asshole about it. But, like, I appreciate he telling her, hey, look, I don't think we're going to work. You know, you should probably find somebody else. But he was just very stiff towards her the whole, and so, I mean, and her argument was great. She said, look, we had a great date and everything was fine. And then it went from like 100 to 0 in the blink of an eye, and you didn't explain that to me. So like, I felt bad for her in that moment, and Dom could have handled that better. But at the end of the day, at least he's telling her, at least he's being honest with her, right? So I did appreciate that.
Here's what I don't understand. Why do you got to like burn the bridge, especially on a show like this where you never know what can happen? Maybe you need to pivot to someone else and keep yourself at least around for a week, and you could remain friends on good terms.
That's
you know,
true.
it doesn't have to be like giving someone like the cold shoulder or whatever.
No, exactly.
And he
You
like
can be a lot
completely turns after this competition. He's almost like checked out.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the boardroom, he's like whatever. You know,
Yeah,
what I
dude,
mean?
he's acting like he's completely just irritated and bored as hell and doesn't want to be there. And you could tell at the beginning of the episode he was acting that way. And I even mentioned it. You know, as we're watching, I'm like, yeah, man, this dude just totally checked out.
I mean, Tolu might not even be in it, but like maybe she's giving it a chance at least.
Right, and that's what she was. And she was. Right, that's what she said. She said, look, I'm willing to give this a chance. But she's like, I can tell he's just not in it at all.
Yeah, because he's like, you should choose someone else here.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And she's like, what? So that's weird. I don't know.
Like I said, I appreciate him just giving her, straight. But it's like you said, he could have been, much more strategic about it, and nicer about it, and not completely burn the bridge, which he did. He burned the hell out of it.
Now, and this is where Stefan like makes
Steven, man.
Steven makes Alara some food.
This is freaking cokehead Steven, man.
Yeah, he does seem like he's
That
going
dude
through
is
some withdrawals.
that dude's like, you see him shaking every now and then. He's constantly going to his nose, like, like every 5 seconds, this dude's talking and he's going to that nose. I'm like, damn, bro, you're okay a couple weeks out of it.
But he looks like he can cook though.
Oh yeah, that dude was cooking it up, man. No doubt about it.
I like that little like the candles and the food and all that stuff.
That was suave, man.
He's treating her pretty good.
And I will say, man, he's gained some points with me as far as like the first episode they made him out to be this fuckboy and all this stuff, but like he's really stuck it with her and he's really seems like he's interested in her and he seems to be growing with her. So he's gotten some points, man. Like they seem like a pretty strong couple now.
So now they're bringing in new people, and Tolu goes on a date with Jake from the Ultimatum.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Jake. Even in Ultimatum, it was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, granted, he gets brownie points. He was a Marine like us, right? Got to give him points for that. But whenever I saw that matchup, I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. Like, I wasn't expecting anything to come out of that, and nothing did.
Well, they go on like a date at like this archaic gym or something. I mean, it was kind of cool, like the gym material and stuff, but like compared to like the other dates where they're at like some kind of lagoon or something like that, not quite as cool.
I mean, like, how are you going to set him up on a not romantic date? There's nothing romantic about freaking hanging out in the gym and shit, right? So, yeah, that was kind of, I mean, he got kind of screwed on that coming into this, getting a shit date.
And apparently he didn't change from his workout gear almost like in the next scene. So I was like, man, you got to like dress to impress. And
he didn't. No.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah, so, I was bad on him.
Yeah. So we also have Elys goes on a date with Justin.
Mm-hmm. Now, Justin, we saw him in that freaking Survive in Paradise show.
It's not a love show.
No. I mean, so we reviewed that show. It was a good show. But, and he was one of the guys. I mean, he was a really good dude. Him and that other guy were teamed up together with that one chick, and it was she was screwed up. But, I mean, in that show, he was one of the good guys, right? He was a good dude in the show, and, fair guy. So it was cool. It was cool to see him on this. But he didn't have much game, really, though, man.
He doesn't have a big personality.
No, exactly.
So he's kind of quiet, and even on his show, he was somewhat quiet.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But some of the women seem really into him.
Yeah, they like his look for sure, man. You know what I mean? And it's funny because you know, when Micah was like, "Oh yeah, he's my type," you know, he totally resembles freaking what's his name?
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. You know, Micah's hookup from freaking.
He's like a slightly better version of Paul.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no doubt. But I mean, he's a good dude. I think he needs to kind of step up his game a little bit and step up, you know, the charisma, right? You know, kind of just be a little more out there.
Yeah. So then they play Truth or Dare.
Oh yeah, they're sitting around the table playing.
Yeah, and this is where Chris steps up.
This is where Chris gets smooth, man. Chris has been kind of a dork and like just not very good with the women up until this point. But man, this move right here was perfect, right? This is where like Tolu's like, "Hey, Chris, you know, I want you to do a lap dance for your, you know, the woman you want to kind of get to know." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get over here."
He's like,
"Give me a chair."
I was like, "There you go, Chris, step it up," you know. And so after that, man, Chris has definitely gotten better.
I dare you to lap dance the girl that you fancy the most in this villa.
All right, well, get in that seat over there.
yeah.
That was
what
like
did you
his
think
defining
about
moment.
his performance?
I mean, he said he used to be a stripper. He did his thing, man. So yeah, whatever, man.
Micah seemed really impressed with it.
All the women seem to be digging it, right? So totally.
Yeah, and then he dares her to like make out with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Jake's face there.
Jake's just watching, right? And then he gets Jake one-on-one with the camera. And he's like, okay, bro. You do your thing. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, okay, bro.
Yeah, that does have to be awkward, but I mean, they don't have that strong of a connection now anyway.
They just went on one shitty freaking weightlifting date, you know? So.
And then this is where Dom gets desperate and tries for Elys.
Anyways. I've never spoken to you before. So why did you pull me for a chat?
But she ain't having it.
No, dude. He pulls her to the side talking to her, and she was like, nah.
She's like,
messy.
"What's that cologne you're wearing? It smells like desperation." So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was, man. She's like, "No, I'm not down with cucks, man." She's like, "The hell out of here." She's like, "I need a real man who knows what he wants."
Yeah, and I don't mind Dom, but like, she's like, "You haven't talked to me before tonight."
Yeah, exactly.
So,
dude, Dom is just, man. Dom does not belong on this show, man. He ain't. He's just not. He's not a strong. You know, he doesn't go after, you know, after the women the way he should, man. He kind of just kicks back and he's let other men take women away from him and stuff. And it's like, bro, you're in the wrong.
I don't think we could ever. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good stuff.
I tell you who's playing it right is Alara, because she is really cool with so many people, but not pissing anyone off at the same time. So, like, if something ever doesn't work with one person, she can just go to another one.
And nobody would be mad about it, right?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, she's playing it great, no doubt, man. I agree 100%.
She entertains everyone, makes everyone feel good.
Oh yeah, no, she is playing a good game for sure. Yeah, and I like Alara, man. She's you know,
she has many different looks to her.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And she looks good. So she's just a fun, kind of over the top person, but
yeah, absolutely.
She adds a lot, I think, to the show.
Yeah.
And this is where Chris and Tolu match.
Yeah, again, you know, after that freaking strip tease, man, and you know, in the makeout session, and he got it, man. He's been like trying to go after all these different girls. Like, I want to match up with her, and finally he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to Tolu, and he did, and he freaking nailed it, man. So
yeah,
good
I didn't see these two
him.
matching, but so far so good.
Yeah. And what I like, dude, Tolu, you know, I mean, again, she, you know, on the trust, she was kind of one of the bad guys. Like, I didn't like her on the trust, but in this show, I'm digging Tolu, man. She's got a good heart. She seems like, you know, she's a beautiful woman, and you know, so I'm hoping she gets something good out of this.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be that vindictive or anything on the show, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, she's, I think, one of the better people, cooler, chill.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, but and then Elys and Justin match up. I'm not sold on these two. But, you know, they have to try and stay on the show. So this is like a match of convenience, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah. No, yeah, these two, I don't see them staying together long term. You know, because every time it shows them together, they're just kind of like lounging around. They're not really having much of a big connection together. Yeah. You know, they like they're making out.
They don't seem extra flirty or just have the spark. So, but at the same time, I think his personality is kind of like
exactly, because he's not that kind of guy, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
And I feel like he should have maybe like matched up with Xanthi if she was still around or something like that. They seem like they're very similar personality as far as that goes.
Had Xanthi stuck around, he'd have been a great match for her, no doubt about it.
And then Dom like kind of asks Harry, what is he here for? Like he says what he's here for, and then he's like, well, what are you here for?
In front of Jessica, right?
And Jessica like perks up when he says that, and he's like, why is he saying that about you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When so genuine, why did you come here?
Huh?
What?
No, I'm not. No, you're not catching strays.
That sounded like a stray.
Sounded
No,
like
no.
a headshot.
And then friggin' Harry, man. This kid, dude, I tell you what, man. Like, I mean, he's such a dirtbag, man. And then he starts crying. And when Harry cries, he looks like he's 5 years old, man. Like, literally. He has, all of a sudden, this 5-year-old kid face on, and he's bawling. So, like, the guy's smooth, because I tell you what, man, women, then they get into motherly mode, like, oh.
Well, he pulls like a Houdini, right? And he goes, like, under the shirt.
Yeah.
And then,
so then he makes the woman feel sorry for him with his little 5-year-old
Yeah.
little crybaby face, right? And then because then it makes the woman go in mother mode, like, oh, let me take care of you, you know? I'm like,
and they
holy
fall
shit.
for it
Oh,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, damn, man.
And then Jessica's like, maybe it was me. And I'm like, yo.
Right.
You
Well,
know, if everyone keeps saying this about him, maybe it's him.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, I don't, at first I felt sorry for Jess, but after the gold digger shit and all
Yeah.
that stuff, I don't feel sorry at all for her,
Yeah.
man. Don't feel one bit sorry for her. She's not the greatest person on the planet. And
I
whatever,
think she's
man.
good at pretending and
Yeah,
good for
exactly.
the camera,
Yeah.
but
Exactly. I'm here to put on a good show, a good example for my daughter. No, you're not, dude. You're there to be freaking, to get famous and freaking get in front of the camera. Period.
now she looks good. I mean,
Oh, yeah, she
she
looks good.
does
No doubt about it.
carry herself better than some people on the show, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, at the end of the day, man, she's just not any better than any of the rest of them.
Yeah, you can't tell me how great a mom you are, and then you come on a show like this where you know you're not going to find anyone and the example, and then she tries to play like why she's here for the right reasons and stuff.
Yeah, it's
but
all
I'm like,
bullshit.
come on.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
But yeah, I think Dom should have been on Love Is Blind. I think that would have been better.
That would be a better
for
show
him.
for Dom for freaking what's his name, the new guy that just came into
Justin or
Yeah,
something.
Justin. Love Is Blind be good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show
essentially people who are looking for real
right.
love.
Xanthi,
so-
Love Is Blind be good for her.
Yeah, I'd
you
like
know?
to see her on that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Hell,
but-
Tolu, Love Is Blind would be good for Tolu. But
That shows a real commitment, though.
yeah, exactly.
There's no commitment here.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So, I don't know. So Jake and Dom exit the show.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah. Any love lost on them?
Nah, man, it's good to see Cuck Dom leave, man. like seriously, man, I was getting tired of that guy. I really was, man. Like, in the first.
But Jake gives like a dig at him where he's like, "I'm not gonna cry like
Yeah,
Dom."
I'm not gonna cry like Dom. Man. And then it showed the first season, right? And it showed the crying scene where Dom's crying in the first season over Francesca, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was hilarious." Oh man.
Yeah. So then they go to another compatibility challenge where you got to transfer the balls without using your hands.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, those balls, they're those flimsy big balls that are made out of like the bamboo stringy shit. Use your mouth, man. Just bite those fucking things, run in and drop it in. That's totally what they should have done. Because he just said you can't use your hands. But you got people like freaking, Harry I thought was going to win it because he picked Jessica up pretty easy and they were running back and forth.
The problem is you got to carry her every time.
Right,
It
exactly.
probably wears
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, but it's like, use your damn, there's plenty of room. Those balls are big. You could bit those damn things. It's random. You could do 2 at a time. You do one, she does one, and boom, you win.
And some people are like using their forearms and still using their arms. I get he said hands, but like if you can just lock it in, then it's like, what kind of challenge is this? It's kind of silly when you think
exactly.
about it. But
Yeah.
whatever, that's the challenge. And then Alara and Steven.
Steven. Yeah.
Steven wins.
Yeah, man, and that was cool to see. Like I said, Steven's growing on me, man. Like I said, first episode they made him seem like a big F boy, but now you can tell he's definitely really into Alara, and he's doing the right things for her. So that's cool to see.
So they have the power and can choose who comes in,
Yeah, so
the replacements. And
Yeah.
they seem like they want to shake it up a little bit, but they also seem like they're doing a little bit solid, at least Steven by the guys.
Yeah, exactly. But like if they really wanted to shake it up. I mean, I right off the bat I said Kaz and Harry, right? And they did one right. They picked Kaz, but the other one they should have picked was Harry, not Chris. They should have put Harry on another freaking date, and they should have hooked him up with Christine. And I'd love to see how that went.
But Chris goes on a date with Melinda,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a former host of what, Too Hot to Handle?
Yeah, Too Hot to Handle, I think. Or no, Dated and Related.
Dated and Related.
She was on Too Hot to Handle as a contestant, and then she was a hostess of Dated and Related. So, yeah.
So she has some history there with Chris.
Oh, yeah, because Chris was on Dated and Related.
Kaz.
Yep, exactly.
So
And Alara, because Alara was on the Dated and Related with him.
Yep.
So, yeah, she's got history with several of those people.
and they seem to kind of hit it off, but like his relationship with Tolu's kind of growing at the
Strong, yeah.
same time.
And you know what, man? I tell you what, dude, Chris has made the smartest move out of anybody this season because, he had a good date with Melinda, but he got the vibe from her like, yeah, it was a good date, but I think she's still willing to freaking mingle and freaking, check out, play the field here where she ain't totally into me. So yeah, he got that vibe and he was smart enough to kind of realize that. So, kudos to him for that because if you choose her, you got to understand that she's kind of like Harry at this point, she's going to be looking for that next best thing, right? So, and she even admitted it.
Yeah, and even though I feel like him and Tolu are an odd pairing, they're making it work right now.
Yeah,
and
dude.
like Tolu seems like really happy about it,
Yeah,
like
she is.
genuinely happy. So
Yeah, no doubt, man.
and you might as well just go with the for sure thing, I think. So
But I mean, but him and Melinda did have a good date, and Melinda's a beautiful woman too. You know, she is. You know, her and Tolu both beautiful women. So I mean, it'd be a hard decision, but at the end of the day, you know, you go with the one that's going to be most loyal, and it's, you know, it fits you not just attractively, but also, you know, you just got a good vibe with, right? So Tolu's definitely that person for him.
and then Kaz goes on a date with Holly.
Michael Jackson, Holly. Dude, when I saw it, dude, she has way too much freaking plastic surgery, dude. She's got a Michael Jackson nose, and she's having those big cheeks. I'm like, damn, girl, you're too young to have that much plastic surgery. Like, holy shit.
She looks good though, Billy.
Yeah, she does look good. But
She looks good. Some might even say an upgrade to Micah.
Yeah.
Why does Holly walk in with a better version of my girl Micah's dress? Why does she walk in with the Still Your Man 5000?
Matter of fact, even Tolu's like, we've been replaced by upgrades.
She's like, Micah got her Keep My Man 3000, but she's like, oh shit, she comes out with Still Your Man 5000.
That was funny.
I was like, oh.
Because they're like, I'm going to put on the sparkles, and this girl comes with more sparkles.
Oh, yeah.
More work.
Man, that's right. Yeah, when I saw her, man, it was like, dude, she got a Michael Jackson nose, man. I was like, damn.
I think a lot of people in the show like have some kind of work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, most of them do have some, but she kind of went overboard with it. But she's a good-looking girl, no doubt about it.
Yeah, so, and now this, it kind of leaves us with Kaz is torn between Micah and her.
And then Micah kind of shoots herself in the foot. Well,
I don't know why people do this. Like, when you're on the bubble and, like, the guy has power, why are you, like, pissing him off when it comes to decision time?
Now, she called him out, you know, because, you know, he told homegirl on the date, you know, like, oh, Holly, oh, hey, you're my type, you know, I like this. And then he goes to Micah, and he's like, Micah, you're my type. And he's like, you know, I didn't tell her that. And Micah's like, well, she just told me that you said you're my type. You know, that you're her type. Or that she's your type.
He's
so
like, you calling me a liar?
Yeah, and she was like, well, yeah, I kind of feel like you lied. and
he's like, about to prove it.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you did lie. Like, what the fuck? So she's calling you out for something you actually did. You lied.
This is a weird situation, right? Because they get into it, then he goes talk to Holly, and then Holly's like kind of reeling him in, and I'm like, you're just proving Micah's point at the same time here, but like, so, I mean, it leaves off where you don't know what's going to happen here.
But he's probably going to choose Holly at this point.
Yeah, I think he probably should go with Holly, but you never know, because maybe that lie thing is playing with him, and he doesn't want to prove her right or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But
I feel like he's really torn. I mean, you do have the history there, like you're building up with Micah at this point. So, and Melinda looks screwed at this point. She doesn't look like she's pairing with anyone, so she's likely to go.
She wasted her time going around talking to like every single dude, instead of really just zeroing in on one or two that she could have had a chance with.
Who could she have a chance with, though?
Well, had she actually gave Chris the vibe that I'm totally into you, Chris, me and you. He probably could have. He could have maybe chosen her at that point, but she didn't. She didn't give him that vibe, and he caught it. And he said it. He's like, "Look, I'm not getting that vibe from Linda like that. She'd be on straight with me." He's like, I think she'd be gone the first opportunity she had. You know, he's like, that's the vibe I got, and then that's of course the vibe that we saw her give him, right? So, had she went after Chris more and said, "Look, Chris, I'm totally into you. Like when we were on the show together, like man, I just couldn't keep my eyes off you." I mean, she's like, "Yeah, I thought you were cute, but I wanted to be professional." But she totally could have went all in with him, and you know, and he probably would have chosen her. But
yeah. So, what do you think after 6 episodes? Like, where people stand? Who's the strongest couple?
So right now, I mean, Chris and Tolu shot up big time. So now I think it really is between Chris and Tolu and freaking Steven and Alara. And those,
see, that's another thing. Micah and Kaz were pretty tight until like this thing. So they could have maybe had it in the bag if they would have just kept it going.
And now they lost points, man. So now right now, man, like I said, it's those two, man.
Do you think that's playing in Kaz's head where he's like, wait a minute, we are kind of on like a competition show in a way?
Maybe. I don't know. But I think he's going to pick Holly.
And then they show us a preview and like everyone's back. And I hate when they do this. Yes. Why eliminate people if you're just going to bring them back?
Exactly. And then they did the preview showing the body shots, and they did the no shit legit body shots this time. Like they were taking it out of the navel.
Like
I mean, that's a damn body shot.
There you go.
But yeah,
we get to see old Trevor come into play.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like, you know, what's the point of eliminating people? Like, say, if they're going to bring them back anyway, it just doesn't make any freaking sense, and it's just kind of stupid. But you know,
well, I guess that's like the thing there is like you still have to win your way onto the show at that point, where the other people are on there. I guess. Yeah. I'm just.
Because I mean, you know,
I don't like it.
Only one couple's going to win the money, right? So, but still, I mean, it's just.
But you kind of have to earn your way back by linking up with
Right.
someone.
Yeah, and then it showed Brittan freaking talking to, who was he talking to, man? So he was trying to hook up with somebody.
Yeah.
But that dude's trying to work at that. Weasel is
Brighton just has that like
Brighton's douchebag.
smug face.
Oh, yeah, dude. Brighton's one of those dudes that freaking thinks he's fucking God's greatest gift to everything, and he's better than everybody else at everything, and that freaking he's always right. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I think we got 4 more episodes left, man. At least they're dropping, what, next week? So, yeah, I don't know, man.
Who's your favorite right now, though?
Right now, probably Tolu and, well, like I said, Tolu and Chris just shot up big time brownie points for me, man. I'm digging their vibe. I think they are, at first I was like, I don't know if that's going to work, but now I like them as a couple, man. I really do. I think they're a good couple, and I think they're really into each other at this point. And then, of course, like I said, man, Steven and freaking Alara are doing really well, too.
Do you think that's real?
Which
you think they can make that work?
I think they can make it work, yeah. I think they can make that work. Like, you talking about,
now,
Tolu and Chris?
No.
Or Steven and Alara?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they can make it work.
Now, here's the part of the issue with this show, like, is these guys aren't co-located with things like Love is Blind that have a higher chance of winning. Like, some of these people aren't even in the same country, so...
Yeah, that's true.
How are you going to make that work?
Yeah, well, I mean, and we've seen that in a lot of these freaking shows on Netflix, right? When they're bringing in all these people.
Yeah, and they normally don't end well.
And it never does work, right?
It never
ends up working.
Doesn't end well.
Yeah. And then we also found out, though, evidently Steven freaking hooked up some platinum selling album freaking pop star, huh?
Yeah, he's got it, maybe.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, I know, man. It's like, damn. Out of everybody, I was expecting them to say Harry, and they're like, no, it's Steven. I was like, damn.
But Harry, he makes money.
Yeah, dude, he made $100,000 in one day on OnlyFans.
That's why maybe Jessica's with them.
Right, yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, how much did you make in total?
Yeah, right, exactly. You made $100,000 in one day. But like,
Yeah, I'm doing the math here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know. And that relationship is like, the more it just goes on, I'm like, this thing has no chance in hell of working. What are you guys doing here?
Like I said,
Jessica,
Harry,
what are you doing
yeah,
here?
like Harry with his crybaby shit, and then Jessica, like, I've got no respect for either one of those two at this point, man. All right, well, there you have it, folks. That is 3 more episodes down, episodes 4 through 6. Show's getting good, man. Getting a lot of drama going on. As we expected. Again, nobody's here for the right reason. But if you think differently, let us know in those comments. And as always, hit like and subscribe. And we will check y'all in our next review.
See ya.